Hey guys, this is your girl Victoria back to you with another review of Love and Hip Hop Miami season 4 episode 4 called Keep It Nasty. And does Flo keep it nasty? I guess. Not really, but I guess. So, speaking of Flo, we get back to Flo and her sister Gael, with her sister telling her that her man Marlon is cheating, and her sister is just like, "So why didn't you tell me this?" Gael's excuse is Marlon paid her. I think she even said that in confessional. He paid her not to tell his sister. My question is how much, because it must be a good amount of money for her to be keeping it from her sister. And I'm just like, so all we gotta do is pay you to lose your loyalty to your own sister. And supposedly, from what Gael is saying, it's been like 2 or 3 months since it's happened, and she didn't tell her sister. So Flo cries, and Gael says, "This is why I didn't want to tell you." And I'm just like, but this is your sister, though. Like, they made it seem like they were so close when we got introduced to Flo, but now, from what it seems like, y'all really not that close because your sister keeping secrets from you for 2, 3 months, and all it took her was to be paid. And I know it wasn't paid that much. I know she wasn't paid that much because I'm just like, it has to be a good amount of money. So I know probably wasn't no $50 or $100. It must have been at least 500 to 1K. And I don't think he would pay that much just to keep it a secret. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, Gael, that's trifling. Your sister trifling for that. I don't want her as a sister. We move on. Oh no, we're still on Flo. Uh, so pretty much, she goes looking for Marlon at the restaurant. He ain't there, from the restaurant manager, from what they said. So she calls him. He's like, "Oh, he went home because it was raining and he was on his motorcycle. So he couldn't get rained on. You know how it is, right? You know how it is." So she goes to the house looking for him. He comes out because she's like, "I don't want the kids to hear none of this." So he comes out with the Haitian flag wrapped around his head. And she pretty much confronts him about what Gael told her. And he's just like, "I don't know what you're talking about. She lying." And he's just like, "Where's the proof?" And she's like, "You paid her money. You paid Gael money." And he's like, "No, I give you money. I give Gael money." Pretty much, he didn't say it like that, but pretty much because she's family. He talking about, "Oh, it's case by case." Nigga, it ain't no case by case. You probably done paid her. I'm still trying to figure out how much, because how much money does it take for someone to betray their own sister and not tell them that, yo, dude fucking around on you with my beach, okay? And I don't know, it may seem like her beach she might be more loyal to her beach than her own sister, from what I see the previews of next episode. Uh, Flo ain't trying to hear none of that of what Marlon's saying, and she's like, they need to take a break. And he just like, because she's like, "You lying," and they need to take a break. And she goes inside the house, and he gets upset because he's just like, "Oh, where he gonna go sleep at?" And in my head, I'm like, you could go sleep at Gael's beach, his house. Okay, you go sleep at your little sneaky links house, and I'm pretty sure that's not the only girl you fucking. Gael just knows about that because that's her friend, that's her beach. So go to her house to go sleep. You could go to Gael's house to go sleep, since she's keeping secrets from you. I know I'm tripping over my words. Or you could go to any other female's house that you're probably sleeping with too. We have no sympathy for you, Marlon. We don't. Okay, we're gonna move on to Suki, and she's telling her friends, Tina and somebody else, when she got arrested and her mug shot all over the damn place. I saw in the shade room, but I didn't really. I'm just like, okay, this is not shocking. Thinking of Suki, it is not really shocking at all. And she explains what happens. Pretty much, some bitch was talking about her kids, and she don't play. She's like, one thing you don't do, you don't talk about somebody else's kids. So she beat her ass. She done got arrested, and mugshots everywhere. Just like she got the song called "Pussy" everywhere, she got her mugshots everywhere. And Kill Bill talking to confessional that he doesn't really like that because when she gets mad, when she fights, she's like Floyd Mayweather, but he doesn't really want her doing all that because she got a end goal here. Pretty much, she can't be focused on all these little chicken heads down in Miami. So he pulls her to the side saying she can't be doing stuff like that. But Suki said, if it was you, what you gonna do? He's like, oh, he gonna pop off. He gonna do what he have to do. And she's like, okay, exactly. So why can't I do that? But, she's an artist and she's starting to become well known out in these streets, not in just Miami, but in all of US of the A. So he's just like, she gotta be chilling with that. She gotta put her head on the right shoulders. He didn't say that word for word, but I'm just paraphrasing. And just focus on getting that money. And in the confessional, she's just like, yeah, she can understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, she's gonna ride for her kids, point blank, period. So I guess he gets a gift for holding it down. It's a box. She thinking it's some shoes. I'm thinking it's some shoes or jewelry. I don't know what it is. No, it's just a box full of cash. Of course you're gonna accept it. I would accept it too, to be honest with you. But I'm just like, okay, for holding it down for him while he was in jail. He didn't go into specifics, but I'm just like, you know what? He got a box of money. Cool. We move on to Amara. She's back in Miami with her mom. Her dad's also living in there at the house, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So, really? I guess tomorrow it wouldn't be me. I don't think it would be me, knowing myself. But I mean, I guess. So now you're living with both parents. How Alan? I'm low key thinking like Alan probably like, oh yeah, go back to mommy and daddy. I don't know. But they're having breakfast. They sit down talking and whatnot, and Amara goes into the whole spiel of he wasn't a good father to her, but she's gonna be a good daughter, like trying to explain or excuse herself, make an excuse of why she got her daddy living in the house also. And it's just like, Amara, now you got both parents living in the house. Me personally, I just feel like you gonna find a man with like this. I don't know if it's gonna work like that. I mean, it probably will. It probably could. I don't know if it's the best guy for you though, because I'm just gonna look at it as, yeah, you got the funds and it's nice that you can provide for your peoples, but I wouldn't want them living with me, especially if I'm out of it. I don't know how old Amara is, but at my age now, I wouldn't want my parents living with me, especially they're not together. I know it's a big house and everything, but I'll just get them their own place individually and I'll have my own space to do what I do. Even if it's in the same, we could be next door. I still just need my own house. But she's talking with the dad, saying she wishes that they had more daughter-father bondings that they do have, because they didn't have it before. So I guess they're trying to amend that. He's like, he knows what he did was wrong, but at the end of the day, he still loves her. Then the mom starts going off like, he left us. He went to PR, left us, disappeared for 5 years, and never asked about Amara. So then I guess he's denying it, like, no, that's not true. That's not true. But Amara's saying like she believes her mom because she's the one who's lived through it, of her dad abandoning her and her mom, to be honest. So she understands and sides with her mom on that. Then the mom starts complaining about he be leaving the lid open in the toilet. And in my head, I'm like, do you guys share the same bathroom in that big ass house? I would assume that she's on one side of the house, he's on the other side of the house. So maybe it's the common bathroom downstairs by the kitchen or something. I don't know, but I just feel like she just threw that in there just to throw it in there. Because even Amara was just like, really, mom? We move on to Nori and Ray J, because they done burned the house down that Ray J and Princess are renting, or I don't know, doing timeshare or whatever. They almost burned the house down, so they're going to go to Trick Daddy's house to get some cooking lessons, even though they didn't really cook. They did a little bit of things, chopping onions, learning how to manually open cans with a can, with the manual can opener. But for the most part, Trick was cooking. So Ray J says him and Princess are down there for his B-Day, and I'm just like, didn't you just say you was coming down for business for the Raycon? So it's for your B-Day too? What is it, Ray J? You just coming down to Miami probably because whoever Mona Scott or whoever told you, go down, make a little extra little check, and just put some pizzazz in Love and Hip Hop Miami, even though we don't need the pizzazz with all of Amara La Negra's telenovelas that's going on these past couple of episodes. Anywho, Trick talking about him and Joy, divorce, thrown out, because Rachel was talking about how him and Princess was going to get a divorce, but they not no more. Trick Daddy said him and Joy's divorce is thrown out because they never went to the court. But she has a B-Day party coming up. He's not gonna go because her old dude's gonna be there. Funny looking dude. Ray J's like, no, you gotta go there. You gotta go there so he can talk to you. And pretty much he ain't Trick Daddy was not trying to be around him because I guess he's pissed that homeboy, old boy, whatever, didn't come talk to him. Because at the end of the day, homeboy, old dude, is messing with Trick Daddy's wife. And I'm just like, yes, Trick, you are married legally, technically. But how many years, how long has it been since y'all done separated and no longer together? You messing with other chicks. Did the other chick come and step to Joy saying, oh yeah, I'm with your husband? No. So therefore, homeboy David don't gotta step to you talking about I'm with your wife. Because at the end of the day, y'all not even together. She don't even live in your house. That's just Trick trying to think. What's with these? Okay, all those three people, with the exception of Rage a little bit, but Nori and Trick, they both got the old school mindset. Like, no, that's mine. At the end of the day, we're not together, but that's mine. That she mine's. No, you have no possession, or she's not your property, sir. She's not. So she dating old boy. He don't have to step to you talking about, oh, y'all even have kids together. You have kids, but she takes it as her own. But he's not. Is not. What's the word? He doesn't have to step to you to talk to you if he don't want to. At the end of the day, point blank period. He doesn't have to. I wouldn't. If I was the guy and I was dating Joy, I would have stepped in for what? Do you guys have any ties? Literally, do you have it? No. Except being legally married. Joy don't even claim your ass, nigga. Like, no. All right. So pretty much Ray J instigating, saying that they're still technically married, so he has to come to you. He hasn't talked to you. What? He hasn't talked to you. He needs to come talk to you. So that was Ray J's little 2 cents to get him to go to the party. Nori just waiting for the food to be done. He didn't really talk in this thing. He just ready for the food to be done because after Trick done cook the food, they just killing it. It did look good, and I am hungry now, right now. So like after this review, I'm about to go cook something because now they got me hungry. But we move on to Flo. She goes check in on her beauty shop. I guess I don't know if it's her friend or whoever's gonna be the manager of the beauty shop or whatnot. But I guess she asks where the boys are. The friend says the boys done left to go do something. I don't know if she's talking about the workers or her sons. I'm not sure. But Flo is pretty much just overwhelmed because the beauty shop is still not done. And it's coming closer to when the Haitian Flag Day is because that's when she wants to do the opening. And then she's also overwhelmed with what's going on in her personal life with Marlon and Gael. And asked the friend, is it her fault? The friend says no. She said maybe it's because she's working too much. And I'm just like, why is it that we always got to blame ourselves for the reason why somebody cheats? At the end of the day, if they really had a problem with you working too much, Marlon should have came and talked to you personally on a personal level saying, hey, I feel like we're not spending as much time together, da, da, da. Not to the point where he just going to go out and cheat. No. Stop blaming yourself for some stupid shit your other significant other done did. That don't make no sense to me. That you have to blame yourself for what? Putting food on the table for the kids? You guys got 3 kids. Listen, that's 3 college tuitions to pay for. That's 3 schooling to pay. Like, come on now. And plus you got a house to pay for and the lifestyle that it takes a lot to listen. Don't blame yourself for some stupid shit that he done did. Even though, I mean, obviously you're gonna be kind of grinding on Benjamin, Michael, Franklin, whatever. So the friend says no, and Flo asks the friend, "Does Gaia tell you anything?" The friend says no, because probably she don't want to tell me, because she know I'm probably gonna tell you. So Gail's just, I mean, not Gail, but Flo is just like, that's interesting. And she's pretty much just hurt because of all the BS and just being with Marlon for 13 years and just to be betrayed like that. But I'm just like, when he was talking about he had girls in Haiti, how long were you guys together at that point? Because you say he did in the past. So I'm just trying to figure out, you got over that, but are you still gonna be with him after this? Because I'm not gonna be rooting for you and feeling sorry for you for being with him if you still probably with him present day. I'm just saying. So listen, he a fucked up nigga for that, but if you still with him, cause I don't know, you don't kick him out that night, but I don't know. I don't know. So we get to Joy's birthday surprise party. Uh Trina's there, Bobby's there. I miss Bobby Lights. Like I only see him in little snippets of this season so far, even though this is only episode 4. But I'm just like, can we get some more of Bobby? And where's Saucy Santana at? Where the people at? Where's Miami Tip at? Where Gunplay's ex girl at? Like the first couple of seasons was awesome. I loved it. And I'm not even talking about all the drama. It's just the presence of Bobby Lights is just in my head personally, we're like best friends. In my head. But like, I don't know. It's there, but it's not there this season. I'm seeing too much of Marla Negra's telenovela. I could deal without all that telenovela ish, but I miss Bobby. But anywho, they're getting everything ready and they surprise Joy. Trick comes to the party. Bobby tells Joy that Trick's at the party. She's not surprised because she already knows how he is. And even in the scene with Trick and Nori and Ray J, he's just like, what did he say? I wrote it down, but I didn't say it. What did Trick say, stupid ass? He said he knows Joy's fine ass been noticing him and watching him and stuff. Yeah, Trick, I don't think no one's watching you. I don't think so. We watching you because you on TV for Love and Hip Hop Miami, but yeah, I don't think no one's really watching you, Trick. I don't know. And if you are, I mean, well, from what he done said on Drink Champs with Noriega, people be eating his booties like the groceries too. So maybe they doing that for a check. I don't know. But who checking for you? Anyway, Trick and Joy bump into each other and he tried to talk to her, but she's dismissing him like, oh, you got a cute little shirt on. And he's just like, oh, whatever. Trick tried, but Joy ain't giving. Listen, Joy, you really over him, huh? You really over him. We can tell. We can tell. But anyway, he's walking past. I guess this is the time when David doesn't show up. So with his little bag, gift for Joy. Him and Trick pass. Trick looking back at him like, nah, I know this guy don't see me walking past. I know he didn't just walk past without saying nothing to me. Yeah, Trick, he did. So he goes talking to Bobby. Bobby's just like, what? He did what now? So Trick a little pressed, but they're just like, Trick, don't cause no drama. And Bobby probably was like, I'm going to handle it for you. I'm going to go check him for you, Dad. So David and Joy sitting on the couch. Bobby goes up to them, talking and seeing how everything, instead telling Joy that Trick was a little pressed. Joy was like, okay, whatever. And then Bobby brings up, because you're married, trying to be messy and stuff. And Joy's like, well, he knows that and stuff. I got a little situation, but he knows that. And what did Bobby say? Bobby was a little bit loose. At the end of the day, Bobby was loose, trying to get some stuff out of Joy. But she's just like, listen, we legally married, but at the end of the day, I'm going to move on. I'm going to do me. And I'm just like, yes, because y'all haven't been together for years. Literally, all that's keeping you guys connected is legal documents. Literally. Other than that, I don't even consider them married at this point. But Bobby was just like, yeah, David and Trick should talk. And, me. And David's looking confused as like, hell no, nigga, I don't need to see that. I already done seen him when we passed by each other. I don't know. And Joy was like, Bobby, get out. Get out. There's a door. Bye. We don't know. We don't need all this messiness. So Mara and her dad go plant shopping and to spend some time together. Mara tells her dad she wants her parents to sit down and hash it out. And she just wants to hear his side of the story. He says that he went to PR and tried to work to bring the mom and Amara to the PR with him. But her mom started messing with someone first. So then he started messing with someone else. And then they just went their separate ways after that. And Amara was like, how long was it? Because she was just like, that's interesting because I was never told my mom met someone else first. So she was like, how long was it until she found someone else? He was like 5 months. And then Amara was like, well, why didn't you at least come back for me? And he was like, well, the relationship was done by that point. There was no need for me to come back for you. And Amara was just went to a little tangent saying that really impacted her life because he abandoned her. And pretty much she goes to the whole spiel of seeing when she was little, seeing other girls with their dads, and she didn't have that, and now she's in toxic relationships, and it's because she didn't have her dad with it for her. So the dad said he wasn't there for her, and he wants to work it out. He apologizes. She accepts his apology. We already done seen that, Amara, because you're already letting the nigga live in your damn house at this point. Okay, we knew you would forgive them from when you cried to him with the little puppy dog face last season with the face. Okay, you already forgive them at that point, so he's already living in your house. We know you forgive him, but okay, for TV purposes, again, refresher. Yes, you forgive him. All right, cool. We're gonna already get to them in the end with a telenovela. So we get to Suki and Kill Bill go jewelry shopping, and Kill Bill said he's taking her jewelry shopping because he wants to keep her pressure down. And he mentions, like, did you call your mom yet? She's like, no, she don't want to talk to her. She don't want all that negativity just to hear lecture and stuff. Because at the end of the day, she's going to ride for hers, like I said before. It's her kids. Like, there's nothing to talk about. She beat a bitch's ass because the bitch was talking about her kids. Kill Bill goes outside to call her mama. So he goes sit down. I mean, in my head, I'm like, did they even buy anything? No. No? Okay. Kill Bill goes outside to call the mom, and the mom's just like, oh, how come I haven't been hearing from nothing? And he's just like, oh, no, she here, but she just don't want to talk to you. So the mom's like, no, let me talk to her. So he says, hey, babe, your mama on the phone. So he's just like, y'all so annoying. Why y'all doing this? But she goes outside to talk to her mom anyway. I guess the conversation doesn't really go that bad. The mom's just like, what you doing out in these streets? Suki's just like, listen, I beat a bitch's ass because she talking about my kids. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to move forward. I don't want to keep talking about this. And the mom agrees. She's like, yes, we just need to get that money. So Suki says, yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. She's talking about the store because the mom was asking her about, okay, since we're moving on, how's the store things going? Everything's going fine. Everything's on track to open at the time they wanted it to open. Suki's like, she gonna make nothing less than 200K at the opening of it because everybody gonna be there. Okay, girl, I wasn't invited, but you don't know me, that's okay. But she gonna make no less than 200K. I wonder if that was true. I don't know if she opened it yet, but all right. She gonna have her mugshot everywhere in the damn store. She gonna have her mugshot face on t-shirts and stuff. The mom said that's actually a pretty good idea. Listen, any way you can make money off of anything, do it. And she said she does that. All right, cool. This is Suki we're talking about. This is nothing new. We move on to Flo. She goes to the studio to work with Michael Benjamin, one of the biggest Haitian producers out in these streets in Miami. Okay. And in the middle of talking with him about what they're going to be doing, I guess Gael calls her. Flo asks her why she's been ignoring her calls. Gael says she doesn't really want to talk about it right now. She doesn't want to deal with the situation. Flo tells her tells us, I think, to the confessional that she wants to get Marlon and Gael in the room together to sit down to talk about this and see what really is going on. Gael says, I'm going to have to call you back later. I got something to do. Why'd you call in the first place? Anywho, she's talking, Flo talking with Benjamin, Mike Benz, whatever, about what they're gonna be doing or how they want the song. He plays really one song for her, really, from what I hear. And she's like, oh yeah, I like it. So he gives suggestions like, oh, like you out with your girls or something. And she's just like, no, let's keep it nasty. Hence the title of this whole damn episode. She's like, I sing about sex. I talk about sex. So let's keep it nasty. Let's keep it like that, like me and you. And then they looking at each other. I'm like, they looking like they having sex through the eyes and whatnot or whatever. And she goes in the studio booth and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need you to come with me. And he was all for it. He was down. She goes and does little talking in the microphone, but it was like very airy. It was like, I don't know what it was. I'm like, is this how you dirty talk? I don't even I don't even want to because I'm gonna do it so wrong. The way she was just like singing, but like out of breath, but purposely trying to be out of breath at the same time, telling Mike to come, Michael to come back closer to her. And at the end, he starts moaning and stuff, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that was sexy as fuck. That was sexy as fuck." Because he probably got a hard on about this point, and I'm just like, "What is this?" Like, I understand you feeling some type of way, Flo, but if this was your way of trying to get back at Marlon, it didn't really do what it was supposed to do. The assignment was not complete in this sense. But E for effort. But I'm just looking at this scene like this is not even sexy to me. This is kind of just like you try to make fetch happen, but it didn't happen. But at least Mike left with a heart on, I guess. So we move on to Amara to the episode finale. We get to her house. It's the morning. Amara still got her bonnet on. Her mom coming out with her thing on her head and her night moo gown, whatever. And Amara pulls her mom outside to tell her what the dad done said. And of course, Mommy Annie gets upset and goes to confront Daniel. And listen, my notes are all over the place because you listen, to try to take notes when they're speaking in a whole different language. So to pause it, to watch, to take the notes, to play it, to pause it, to take it. Listen, my notes are all over the place. So I'm gonna be looking down to my notes. So she goes to confront him. He said when he called her, who answered the phone? Because I guess when Amara told her, she said, "Oh yeah, it was the Cuban guy, Eduardo or something like that." And she's like, "That was over a year later." Because he was the one already cheating on her from what people told her. He's like, "Oh no, that's just what you think." She's like, "No, people told me. People told you." So I'm like, "You got connects in Puerto Rico, girl? What is it? I don't know." But she flips out. Excuse me. Because he was talking about, I always called you guys, and you just, another guy answered the phone. She's like, "You never called us?" He's like, "I did call you." And he's like, he would send the money. She, like I said, she's getting upset. So she's just like, from what the translation is saying on the screen, even though I feel like it's something else she's saying, she's like, she's going to whoop his butt. And he's like, "Hit who?" So she calls him shameless. He calls her shameless. She gets up to go hit him. Amara gets in the middle. Then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. Why does this caption say Mama Anna calls him a fork tongued fuck? What is that? That must be a saying in the DR. I don't know. That's probably what the translation is because every culture has their sayings and stuff. But listen, when I saw that caption, I just started laughing out loud. I was by myself. I just started laughing because I'm just like, okay. I was laughing. He's like, "You gonna hit me?" She said she said he deserves to get a vase upside the head. Amara's just like, "All right, guys, enough. Stop acting like kids. Let him speak his truth." And the mom's like, "Well, he's a liar, so he better be speaking the truth when he's trying to speak his truth, because what he's saying is a lie." And Amara was like, "Okay, Dad, go ahead." He's just like, "No, just let it be." And he just doesn't want to be around a person like her mom because her mom acting so crazy right now. And Amara's just like, she wants him to ask Mommy Anna for her forgiveness of him and all he done did. So he asks her for her forgiveness of him, and the mom doesn't say nothing. Amara's just like, it's important for her that they get through this and work it out because of what she's had to deal with, the toxic relationship she's had to be in, and all this stuff. The mom was just like, "You need to go over it. You need to go over what he done did to you because he's here now." Amara was like, "No, you can't say that." Amara cries and she's like, "That's not fair to me." For listen, telenovela point 10.5 telenovela to its fullest. I can't go word for word with these people done said because they going back from English to Spanish to English. Granted, my in-laws are Spanish, but I'm still learning. I took 4 years of Spanish, but did it work? Did it help? No. No. I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. Did it didn't help none. It really didn't. So she done cries. This thing's gonna continue on next week too. This is where the episode ends, by the way. But I'm just like, well, Mara, I don't. Your parents crazy. You should have known this was gonna happen by bringing both of them into the same house. I'm surprised it didn't happen already. But maybe you guys just saved this whole conversation for TV purposes to get a check out of it, I guess. But y'all crazy. This whole family crazy. We're gonna have telenovela episode 3 next week because I don't think we've seen it in the first episode. So that's where it ends, guys. That's where it ends. I don't know what else to say. Shaking my head. Until next week. Thank you for watching. Bye.